A very great moment to every one of us from everywhere that we are connecting from. We are saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on our time zone. It is the Global Cluster session again, and today is Saturday, and every Saturday we come like this to say instead of NSAS, instead of end bad governance, instead of other protests or revolutions that have never yielded anything positive to us as people, to as individual, to us as a nation. We are calling ourselves in a voice of the global president, Ambassador Dr. Adekuni Badmus, to say, today, let us do accurate knowledge and information revolution. Why? Because when you have the right knowledge, you have the right power. When you have the right information, it's going to be like a bridge for you to move from where you are to where you ought to be. When you're enlightened, you'll be able to have value to yourself and, of course, to society, and you can do better. That is why we are doing this today, saying, let us come do accurate knowledge and information revolution. A very great shout out to the 001 Accurate Knowledge and Information in person of Professor Oladipo, the Dean of Faculty of Education, University of Lagos. Thank you, sir, for all you do to contribute possibly to humanity. And we greet every of our viewers on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on X, LinkedIn, and of course, in the studio today, we appreciate uh, Mr. Tennyson and every crew and host on the today's accurate knowledge and information. I'm here. I'll be moderating today, facilitating also today. I am Lostiran Uluwashi Odusabi. Yes, we're going to kick off by introducing ourselves to the accurate knowledge and information promo video. Host, kindly share the video of accurate knowledge and information as we dive in. Thank you.
Knowledge is power, and the knowledge and information revolution is about sharing it freely. We live in a world where access to education and information can change lives. At Global Clusters, we champion this revolution by promoting lifelong learning, critical thinking, and the free flow of ideas. This is more than access, it's about empowerment. By equipping individuals with knowledge, we unlock innovation, drive progress, and shape a brighter, more informed future for all. Join us in spreading the light of knowledge and transforming the world, one idea at a time. Knowledge is the foundation of progress. Be part of the knowledge and information revolution at theglobalclusters.org. Stay informed about new revolutions, events, and insights. Every meeting is a chance to grow, innovate, and contribute to a more enlightened world. The revolution needs you. Join us now.
Yes, the revolution needs you now. You know, it is when we have the accurate knowledge and information that we could have an enlightened citizen. And this is about nation building. The global president is so keen about nation building. He loves Nigeria so very much. He is a Nigerian, and of course, he is a global citizen. He's a diplomat. This guy has the opportunity to travel far and wide the world, and he have seen what is happening over there around, how and what is making these countries actually develop. And he saw that what is making these people develop is because the nation develops where they have developed people. And the place of accurate knowledge and information can never be replaced or misplaced. It's very important for us to have a developed nation. We need to have developed people. And how can people be developed? Is by having the right knowledge and the right and accurate information. So today we're going to be doing, since it's about accurate knowledge and information, we're going to be so um, relevant with what we share here. Everything we're going to be sharing is about what is happening in the real world and how we can relate it to accurate knowledge and information. And of course, to nation building, putting Nigeria on the forefront. Then when Nigeria and we are developed, we can actually project this to Africa because it's kind of interesting when you see where Nigeria is located, you know, in the map of Africa. It's like some of us that are familiar with the objects, the gun, Nigeria is like at the trigger point, So we're just waiting for something to come up, and when that is being spread out to Africa, the whole world we know that something is happening in Nigeria and of course in Africa. And that is why we so keen about projecting our nation, Nigeria, in a better light. And it's very important that we educate our people, we enlighten ourselves to be better. So today we'll be looking at responsible social media use for nation building. Responsible social media use for nation building. Yes, it is no news. Anyone that doesn't even know or doesn't have any social media handle, if you doesn't know or you don't have, you'll be aware that something is happening. Maybe you're an elderly that you see your kid just busy doing something, they don't even watch the TV anymore. I grew to see the local stations, you understand, the news and the likes, the NTA, you understand, and the national TVs, we grew to view the news, as kids, but things have changed and we just have to accept it. You understand? It's very important that we accept all these and the impact that social media, the impact of social media today, if you wave it aside, it's gonna take you off guard and it's gonna affect your doing. Instead, we have to accept it that it's here to stay and the way it's moving is like the wildfire. So it's important we understand social media and see how we can manage it. Understand? For nation building. Nation is not just about a geographical location. Understand? In the map or just by a statement. A nation is a people. Understand? So, and we are not just talking about the older generation alone. The nation building is about all building a new breed of new generation of right thinking, right doing kind of people. That's why we'll be looking at some responsible social media use for nation building. Now, it's important we look at harnessing online power for positive change. Using online the power of social media. You know, projecting our nation, putting Nigeria as the core is very important. Now, social media is a powerful tool in modern society. Modern society means this new normal, the new world as we are. Understand? 10 years ago, if I need to meet with anybody, even before 10 years prior, before I can connect with somebody at a distance, I have to go to the post office, I will write, letters and expect it to be in so much. If I'm lucky, if my letter didn't get lost in transit, I'll be lucky to have it delivered to my other person over there. Irrespective, depending on the time, then I'll be expecting the delivery. Later on we moved to another word, where we had the phone, the telephone and the likes. Before now, we can even see ourselves. It's very important we take cognizance of this. Let's just pay attention to all these things. It's very, very important. So we are in a modern society whereby um, information fly around. Education is now democratized. Information is now democratized. You know, you can at the tip of your fingers, you have enormous information flying, especially via the so that's the modern world. That's right now. So we don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years, but the world we are right now, and of course, if this wasn't happening, 10 years ago, that means in 10 years to this time, something bigger than this is coming. So the world is evolving. We should also understand, pay attention to this growth and the advancements in the society and use it for betterment. Now, we're talking about the social media as a powerful tool in modern society, and it shapes the social media shapes opinions, spread information, and connect citizens. We are here right now. We have the all clusters all over the globe. On this call today now, we have people all over the world seeing us on YouTube, on Facebook, all over the world. So that's one a powerful ideology about the social media. So it connects people. I'm here, I connect with my people all over the world. That's and shape opinion. Something I'm spreading an information right now. That's why the global society is keen about what is right. What is very important. Now, nation building requires responsible digital engagement to promote unity, truth, and progress. It's very important. Most of us now we are in the digital world. We could be considered as digital citizens. Yes, that because I could connect with my brother right now in the US. I can connect with my sister right now in the UK. I can reach out to my friend in the Caribbean, the Asian, just now. I don't need to even travel. I don't need to get on the lights. Understand? So it makes engagements now very, very seamless. Very similar. What you just need is just a device and data. So it's very important we understand we understand the power of the social media and take cognizance of what it could do. Now, the role of social media in nation building. Now, we have one spreading awareness on national issues. It's very important. In those days, uh, what happened today, you're gonna hear it tomorrow. Understand? Apart of being online on TV and having the breaking news, understand? Now there's no more breaking news. Everything that is happening, at a click, at the start, at the real, information is just flying. So nothing is even a breaking news anymore. Because what is the breaking news is what people are now aware of. But now everybody, majority now, they have it. Like tomorrow now, what's gonna be said in the on air, in the radio and live tomorrow, everything has been gathered, everybody have the information already here. You know, so spreading the role of social media and should be spreading awareness on national issues. That is what we are doing here, at our own corner. You understand, as the global clusters, coming together. This is what we observe. We see agitation everywhere. We see people hungry. We see people say this and that, and that's why we are coming here. These are not actually problem. Like we used to say that in the global clusters, I wish has been confirmed everywhere that our issue as a nation, Nigeria and Africa, isn't about resources. It's about resourcefulness. It's about our own self. So it's not just about the government policies and the like. It's about we ourselves. So that's why we are using the channel, the global clusters, social media platform to spread this. These are the issues that we realize. You understand? These are the issues that we discover, and these are the issues that the global presidents discovered, and they feel like, oh, let me come out with something. Let me collaborate with my friends. Let's come out with something in our own corner, even if the government is not going to pay us or see. Well, in our own little corner, let's just do it. To add value to the nation, to enlighten our people, so that we can solve this together. So number two, the role of social media in nation building. Number two, encouraging civic participation. You know, um, participation in democracy, voting, enlightening people of their rights and all that. We can use just sending out the right message is very, very important. Encouraging civic participation. All these things they are things that make a nation grow. People need to know their rights and their responsibilities. So very important. When you know that, everybody will be at peace. There won't be need for all the vices and the chaos and the crisis, and the protest, because I know my rights, I know what is expected of me. It's very important that we use the social because this social media right now, this is reaching out to the whole world, apart from locally, nationally, the statewide, the whole world, everybody listen, and it helps a long way in passing along the right message. Now, the role of social media again, number three, supporting education and innovation. If your social media platform is not doing all these things, you are not doing right at all. You are not, the social media platform, people doesn't know that there's a purpose for it. You know, all devices, they are not the reasons for the establishment. And there's always a saying that when the knowledge of something is not known, abuse is inevitable. Most of the social media and they have been abused. That is why the global clusters platform, social media platform is being very, very monitored. It's where we are doing uh our best, to make sure that everything coming in is of value, and everything that's been taken out of the global clusters platform is of value. Is that you are coming in as someone that wants to add value to the people, or you are coming in to get the right value. It's not just where you just come to crash cruise and just while away the time. You are here in the global clusters to develop yourself, to be a better person, to add value to others. So it's very, very, very important. So use the social media ad handle, you know, to support education and innovation. Is part of the core of what we do here in the global clusters. Like yesterday we did certificate, like what you should be doing. I mean, what are you doing? What can you learn? There's so many innovations in the global clusters that are so enormous that you can just pick one that you interest you and you grow in it, as a person, even financially and the likes. Also, the role of social media in nation building is number four, promoting cultural heritage and unity. We support ourselves, your tribe. Oh, you are Igbo. Wow, I support you. We talk about your culture. I learn about your culture. You share videos or live events of your events. Your festive period or what is happening around you. Oh wow, this is how this area is. My Hausa friend, I'm not in the north. I'm here in the west. You understand? But I can have a glimpse. I can see, oh, this is how this area is in the north. So beautiful, so wonderful. This kind of people. I'm not there, but how is being done there, and with that, it promotes unity. I see that, wow, this diversity is so wonderful. This is my own kind of, this is what we do here also. This is our food, this is how we dress. I'm not in that area, but I could feel, with the use, with the proper use of social media. These are the things that, to me, these are the things that social media has come to do. Breaking barriers, from achieving a lot of things. So we have it now. These are the purpose by which social media are supposed to be serving, not the other way around that we are using. All right. So, and like what we are having um, uh, recently, uh, the risk of irresponsible use. If you don't use the social media properly, which we can even attest to, is risk as in generally. One of them, the risk of not using the social media properly, that is irresponsible use, is misinformation and fake news. It's just so I don't know, some group of people, I don't know what they'll just go to one corner and just cook something, something that doesn't even exist, propaganda against someone and everything, and just post it and you see it baffles me how those kind of misinformation and fake news, I'm still surprised how they go so viral. Before you know it, you see it. Maybe you that some of us, we are so engaged and we are so like aware of a lot of things. We are in several groups, especially on WhatsApp and other things. You see the viral messages which are not even true going around. You know, so when we don't use social media properly, we are at risk of misinformation and fake news. Then also another risk, another irresponsible use. If you don't use another risk we could face is hate speech and online bullying. There are several news of people, they cyberbully people, they abuse people, they speak ill of people, degrades people's image, and it makes some people feel so depressed. I've even read some time ago someone was so um, bullied and spoken ill of, to the extent that the person even went ahead to just commit suicide. All these things are happening, and that's why we are educating ourselves. This is the right knowledge and the right information that we're giving ourselves. That if you don't do it right, this is what will happen. So hate speech is all over. The number three of risk of irresponsible use of social media is political manipulation. You understand? That's happening around because some people want to get the favor of the electorate. They say other things about the other people, and it's just a social media cruise. At the back end, they are all friends. Whereby they are causing discord. They are sowing discord, you know, amongst the people, causing unrest and civil unrest and fight. That's one of the things that the risk of irresponsible use of social media, political manipulation. And number four of the risk of irresponsible is divisive narratives that fuel conflict. Like I said, some people just put something out about some tribe. To see some people fighting because this one is this, well, this one is that. This is a color, this is a tribe. Some people just twist something, and some people they are so emotional about their feel about their reasoning. And if care is not taken, it can degenerate to a lot of chaos and crisis. These are happening. These are happening every time. So it's important that we educate ourselves on something like this, that we should know the purpose of social media is not just to destroy, it's never to destroy, it's to make the world a better place. And I used to wonder that the people that created social media, is this the purpose? Was this the purpose of coming together? Let's create something that will bring the world together. I'm very sure it's no. It's a no. They want everyone to be together to connect to the world. Even you don't need to leave your country before you meet the right people. You start meet people with like minds that you can share your idea with. That's it. You can grow, you can collaborate. You know, you can learn a lot of things with the social media. That is the purpose. Then we have talked about the role, that is how social media, what it ought to do, and we've talked about if it's not done properly, what it will cause. Then there are some principles of responsible use. Now, okay, you are telling us that, okay, this is what we should be doing. Okay, what are those things I should have in mind? The principles, like the rules, you understand? The term rules, you understand, of responsible use of the social media. One, you verify before you share. Fact check information. You have to fact check information. Before, some people, they are fond of forwarding. I don't, before I will forward a message, I will read. Like, I will read, as in total, I'll read in between the lies, not just in between the lines. When we are reading, we should read in between the lines. Let's be sure, okay, this is assured, this is quality assured. We've checked this out. Understand? Not just reading in between the lines alone, because it could be twisty and interesting, but you ask questions before we post. You understand? Because a message that is not verified, that is posted, could cause damage to a whole nation. Yeah, to a whole nation. So one of the principles is that you verify, ask questions, ask other people, deliberate. What do you think about this? What do you think about it before forwarding a message? It's very, very important. Now, another principle of responsible use of social media is promote positivity. Share inspiring and constructive content. Yes, uh there are some contents that doesn't see more likes or more views. I think these are the kind of content I like to see as a person, because I realize that when you see a content that has much traffic, when you see the content, you say, "Wow, see that something trivial or frivolous or shallow." you know, you see things like that and you're like, wow, so this is what the whole world majority uh, are following. So what we should be doing is let's promote positivity, not something that will bring the image of someone down or my country down. Irrespective of what is going on in my country, I should try. Patriotism goes beyond the lips, you understand? I should try and always promote positivity, even if an event happen and it looks morbid and it's kind of not right. Yeah, you might just never share that. Is that don't do not be the carrier or promoter of bad news. Tragedy. You shouldn't be identified with this person posts. I'm sure if you see something that posts, the only thing this person posts is tragedy or bad news. You shouldn't be like that. Understand? So using your social media should be what will promote positive always. You understand? Either in your communication or you're sharing your timeline or your timeline. It's not just about the views or the likes. So let's it be something ethical, moral, and something that is sending a positive vibe to the world. In fact, there are some people that they don't know what is happening right now. A lot has changed. There are some companies that when you apply for a job, they're going to ask for Facebook or your social media handle. They just want to see. They want to see what you are sharing there. I've I've read of several people that have lost beautiful and juicy contract because of some posts. And the funny thing about this post is that maybe 5 years ago. I know the internet doesn't forget. It should just be there. Some people are so good in digging out, all your 5 years posts. You understand? Even there's some times that in fact most times that your Facebook will remind you of what you posted 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they will remind you. Imagine you seeing looking at yourself right now and looking at what you have said or done 5 years ago. Is that on your social media timeline? Could they justify who you are right now? So it's very important, very, very important that we always share what is positive. Very, very, very important. Very, very important. And number three principle of responsible use of social media is respect others. That is, respect the other person. Understand? Avoid abusive language or attacks. I used to bump in some TikTok live. Oh my gosh, it's blasting, abusing themselves and all that. We go to some live, it's just grass bows like we used to see. It's about rifts. Fighting, abusing themselves, abusing their country. Painting their country black as in bad. Painting themselves bad because of maybe some benefits or because they want more people to come to the live. No, no, no. We shouldn't do that. We should respect others, no matter the anger. Irrespective of how you have been stretched. You should just keep your nerves and never use the foul languages or hate speech or abusive word on that. Or there's no need to attack anyone because your words, when they are said, when they are out, it can never be retrieved. So it's very important. Those are the principle. When you do this, you are doing great for yourself as a person because the social media, like you said, like it's make everybody a G2 citizen. We are all global now. We are global citizen. If I can relate, if I can relate like this to people in the Europe, in the US, Asia, that means I'm there. I am in that place. So I'm representing my own country anywhere as I'm talking right now. So if I'm saying anything negative or bad about my country or about others, that is how they will picture who I am. So it's very, very important that you don't attack anyone, irrespective of how you are stretched or how you are being angered. Then number four principle, which is very, very important, I look like what we're saying is think long term. Now you want to say this, you want to post this thing. Let me react to this. Let me say this thing back to this person. If you said it is gone, yes, some people will just send and they will just delete once. There are some people that they are so they want to keep record. They can screenshot what you send, what you screenshot and kept. You understand? So let's think long term. It's better to just keep your calm. You never reacted to anything, said anything. Nobody's gonna judge you for that. Nobody's gonna judge you for being silent. No. You understand? but you're going to be judged by what proceed, your reaction. You can never be judged by just being keeping silent, just be keeping your cool. Yeah, they might say you are a fool, you are not there, you are stupid, but it's cool at that moment. For that moment, until you have the right stage, to express things, in a logical and rational way. So before you post, like we mentioned, there are some posts that have affected a lot of people to grow, long time. Let's think long. Let's consider impacts on unity and peace. You understand? Something that will cause discord or that will affect relationship or cause a fight between other, even if not going to affect you, what you're going to be posting, it can affect other people. So you should watch that. Watch that. It's very, very important that we take note of that. All these principles I've mentioned, verify before you share, promote positivity, respect others, think long term. Very, very important. Those are some principles for responsible use of the social media. Now, let's move to something that we call digital citizenship and ethics. And so like we said that we are all now digital, we are global citizens, we are digital. But we using this device, this means, this medium of communication is digital. So we should accept that, and we should see how we can do it, how we can use this medium for growth of ourselves and of course of our nation. So digital citizenship and ethics. One, be truthful and transparent online. You know, irrespective of whatever gains, be truthful because your word represents who you are. Don't go online to scam people. Don't go online to lie because you need help. Don't identify with the victims syndrome. Be truthful and be transparent when you're online because everything you do is there. It's gonna be referred to. People are gonna be seeing what you said. They're gonna be quoting you. You said this. You said this. You said this. You have to be truthful and transparent while online as a digital citizen. Then number two, protect personal and national security. Don't go online. I've never had the US or the UK or the country or any citizen talking about their country. This is how they do their thing. This is how whatever we hear is just on the surface. The real deal is never open to the world. So we should protect people's image. I shouldn't just come here now and be spilling everything I knew about my friend. You know, we need to be conscious, to protect the person, of the other people. It's very important. You need to do that. We don't go online to spoil people's image or the nation's image. We should do that. Then protect ourselves as a people, as a nation. Also, the ethics, digital citizenship and ethics. The third one is balance freedom of expression with responsibility. Yes, there's constitution to give us the rule, the freedom, the liberty to express ourselves. But because I have the opportunity to express myself on God, that doesn't mean that I should not be responsible for my statements and my speeches. It's very important that I guard my words jealously. You know, everything I want to say, I should think. You know, think properly, think first. If you feel like the word you want to share is not right here, you could just give a pause. Like I said, you're not going to be arrested for that. Instead, if you're not sure of an information, don't divulge it. Don't say it. And if you feel like an information that is going to be spilled out, it's going to cause division or it's going to cause fight, you know, it's better to just keep mute about it. It's very, very important than saying things because it's freedom of speech. You just you talk to people anyhow on the internet. It's not right. It's not right. You respect people. There are some people that will just be behind their keyboard and just be blasting and blasting. But all these things that you mentioned, you can't even say it. before this person. You don't come to the internet, to denigrate the person, the image of anyone, because you want to express yourself. And just come to the social media, to the world, and be talking ill of someone or talking ill of your nation. You get. So it's very important that, yeah, we can give information. This is what is happening in my community. This is what is happening in my society. This is what is happening in my nation. And we are looking forward to how to solve it. That's important, but not to bring people down and checking their their errors and their flaws, and making it so magnified. Some people are so fond of that just because they want to get um, reels, and they want to get views. It's very, very important that we should take note of this, going forward. As a people shouldn't take our freedom of speech as recklessness. We should be responsible for when we want to speak. We make sure that we are speaking the right thing and are speaking what is true, and not just to express ourselves. All right, so social media for positive change right now. Let's look at social media right now for positive change. Like I said, I believe that my own belief, 100%, that the purpose of the social media is never to cause vices or to cause problem. I believe it's for positive change. Some of us are getting the benefits, while some decide to just go the other way around. But these are some of the ways we can start doing that right now, and we're going to see that we are changing for the better. So now, social media for positive change. Number one, we can use the social media platform, to organize community service projects. you know you have the person you are in your community. Maybe you are lacking social amenity or the road or what have you. You can use that platform. We have open letters. You can write open letters to your local government chairman. You can write to the governor, you can write to the state, you can write to the president. This is the issue. You highlight things, not just going online and just be saying this or this, that. You express your opinion, you express your suggestions in a social, polite and rational manner. That will embrace progress, that will embrace development, not the one that will bring people down. Very, very important. And also, we can use our social media for positive change through mobilizing disaster relief efforts. Maybe you have opportunity to be in an area whereby you have people that can support aid to those that have been victim of flooding, or some natural disasters. You could use that. Oh, I got this info about this area. There have been rain with flood, and it's affecting them. Why don't you let's go, support them? That's something. Even if you are not going to their homes, by doing that, reaching out to people, you can do that. That's a great way of doing something. Of course, another way is promoting government transparency. You understand? Like we said, you can go online, express what you see, in your community, because the president, the government, the local government cannot be anywhere, and cannot be everywhere as a goal. But when you take it as a responsibility, you are a citizen of every nation. You are a citizen of a nation. You are a citizen. You are a citizen of a state, or a resident. As far as I do, you are responsible for where you are. So you are calling the attention of the government to something. Yeah, through your social media handle is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's what we should be doing, and asking the right and relevant questions. Another positive change that we could use the social media for is encouraging youth participation in decision making. Having a roundtable discussion, coming together, discussing some points. This is what we discover amongst our youth. How can we help them? Let's encourage skill acquisition. Let's allow the youth to speak more, of what they are going through. You understand? So it's very important when we do all these things. It makes us feel like, oh, the youth are engaged. You understand? The youth are engaged, and they are having the privilege to express, their own feelings on what they are going through. When that is done, everybody will feel okay because the youth feel like there's an avenue for them to express themselves. When the youth doesn't have the opportunity to express themselves, that's what causes sometimes the agitations, the protest. But when you give them the opportunity, you understand, to let them air their voices. Okay, how should we go about it? Okay, let's advocate for this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, and we want you guys to come learn this skill. There's an opportunity to do a particular job, but you need this skill. You need to just skill up, even if 3 months or 6 months course they can do to have that. You understand? They see that they are being valued. You understand? It's very, very important when we do that, allowing our youth also to participate in decision making. Very, very important. So now, as we close, uh, now, what is your role? What is my role as a citizen of Nigeria to use my own um, social media platform? What is my role? And that is why we are having the global clusters platform. You know, this is Nigerian owned. Nigerian. This is strictly and proudly Nigerian, proudly Africa. That's why on the global clusters app you have all the language of the world there. Including our own um, um, languages. Instead, we have the Hausa, Yoruba, we have the Igbo, the language are there, because we want to understand ourselves. Whatever is being shared on the platform, we want to understand ourselves. We are incorporating the whole world to come do this. And we are sending this message to the world that Nigeria also, we can do this. And we are doing this already. And we are pushing for them to show the world that yes, Nigeria, we can also do this, representing our fatherland in a great light. Now, my role as a citizen in this is that I should be an ambassador of truth. I should always follow what is true. If something is being shared, I should make sure that what is being shared is verified, is true. I shouldn't just forward uh, messages. I shouldn't just follow, the crowd. You understand? I should always make sure that what I'm sharing is true, is verified, and is what is improving lives, not what is causing problem or false or chaos in the society. So I should be an ambassador of truth. That's one of my role. And under role, what I could also do as a person, you as a person also, use social media to solve problems, not create them. You understand? Make sure that your social media handle is doing all it could to solve the problem. Yeah, there's crisis, people are dying, you could also see that maybe some people are maybe involved in some um untoward event situations, instead of just using your phone or your social media and just to take the claim for people to see, you are using it also to call for help. You understand? We are using this opportunity to call for help. Please, we are here. Please come take this. Instead of just going around and just uh, 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 having traffic just for view, let's use our social media handle to solve problems and not exploit them. Number three, one of my role also and your role also is that you support inclusive dialogue that values diverse opinions. Always allow your platform, like we have the social media platform of the global clusters. We are always here every day. It's open to the youth, to the young adults, to the adults, to everyone that can comprehend and can speak and that can reason. Yes, that is open to everyone, all over the globe. We open to dialogue. How can this be done better? How can we do this? What do you think we still need to do, to add up to what you are doing? There are so many, that's why we have the professionals, we have the technocrats, we have the entrepreneurs, all in the global clusters, and they are all adding their value. Like I'm a professional. Like I'm a teacher. I'm a professional teacher. I'm a professional, but I'm adding my voice, adding my learning from other professionals. You understand? I'm learning from other technical. As a professional, I can even learn from an entrepreneur how to sell better. From as a professional, I can even learn from a technical how to do things. With the tech better. So it's so wide for everybody to come in and be better for themselves. So it's very, very important that we look at all these going forward. Whatever I want to share, we shouldn't just share just because of uh, what we want to gain, in the social media platform, but the value that we tend to render and making our own nation a very productive one is very, very important, very, very important. So as we conclude, uh, we say that the social media is a mirror of the nation's value. If all our social media handles, if it's portray negativity, do not forget the whole world is seeing us. So it's showing the world how these people are filled with negativity. If what we do in our social media handle is to drag ourselves, abuse ourselves, and talk ill about ourselves, the whole world will be seeing. Now, it's very important that we know that even if the outside world, even if they are not here, they are seeing. And what you are seeing in the social media most of the time, you might not even be there to explain better that it's just cruise. They might feel like this is how these people are. And that's not right for the image of us as a people. It's very important that whatever we do, especially in the social media world, because the social media is everywhere right now. Every one of us, if we can hear anyone that can hear this now, of course, is using one social media and do another. And we shouldn't just do that just for the purpose of benefit alone, because even if it benefits now, what is the consequence tomorrow? Understand? What is going to be the effect of this in the long run? So you should always think long term. Think, oh, what's this thing I want to share now? What's its effects on my nation? Because the nation is not even a location. The nation is my person. So this I'm sending now, I am representing this part of the world, Nigeria. If you post this now, the whole world will see it. Is this what I want for my country, Nigeria? Because we are showing the whole world will be seeing what we posted. Right? Whatever is being posted there is there. Understand? And the whole world will go ahead to refer to it. And that's how they will see us. They will see us in that kind of light. That this is how these people are. You know, they don't even love themselves. They don't even know how to manage their situations. Oh, this is how their situation is. This is how bad they are. you know, we should always do our best, to portray our nation, portray ourselves as a people, in the right light. Even when there are situations and challenges, yes, we should be able to come together, even online, live, you know, come together to solve these situations. It's very, very important. Okay, there's a situation ongoing. How can we solve it? Instead of just going around it, putting blame on this, blaming that, the blaming games will never solve anything. So it's very, very important that we look at the benefits of all this and look at the right side of the social media. That's its message. You know, yes, the world is a battle, between good and evil. You understand? But we shouldn't be against the good. You understand? We should do our best, irrespective of how little we are, in fighting the wrong. We should continue to join, the soldier or the army of the rights, of the good, against the wrong or the bad. So it's very important that yes, the social media is here, that's come to stay. There's no one, and there's nothing anybody want to say about it is here, right here. There's so many things that are going on in social media. There's so many benefits that are going on in social media. We should do our best that whatever we post, whatever we want to share to the world, is something that's of profitable, is something that is of genuine, of peace, of growth, of development, not something that will bring us down or break us as a people. It's very, very important. Our time is running fast. It's important that we should know that the responsible use of social media builds trust, unity, and progress. All these, when people see that, oh, what you post on your social media and do is something that is true, you understand, it's something that is of development. There's no one like the social media handle of the global clusters. There's no one that would join or hear or see what we do that wouldn't want to support what we're doing. You understand? Because here we are not here to bring anybody down. You understand? We are even here to support each other, making you to see the best version of yourself, to see what you could do for yourself or and by yourself and be a better person. You understand? There's no greater empowerment, you understand, than making people to see their potential. You understand? Make them discover their potential. You understand? Help them to develop their potential and help them just kind of support to deploy this potential to the world and let them be a better person, let them be free in all ramifications. That's what we are doing here in the global clusters. So it is important that we post with purpose and we build our nation, Nigeria, because this is where we get. This is our country. Understand? This is our country, and we should always do our best to push for what is going to make our country better and what's going to make our country great. Thank you so very much for your time. Please, you can, those of us from YouTube, kindly drop your your submission on the chat box, and those on Facebook also kindly drop your submission in the chat box. And those in the studio, please could you unmute yourself and speak to us. What's your take on what we shared today, talking about the responsible use of the social media and its benefit, for nation building? Can you unmute yourself and speak? Thank you. Please unmute yourself. You're in the studio and speak.
Okay, I will go. Hello, good evening, everybody. How are you all doing?
Oh, but
Um,
the name didn't show. That's why I didn't know you're the one. The name didn't show.
oh, I
Name is in
see.
it. Good to have you.
Okay. Yeah, good to be in here. Sorry, like I said earlier, I'm actually on a device that is new to me, so technical difficulties, but I'm learning. Yeah, thank you so much for your contributions. It's always a pleasure, honestly, to just listen to you and hear you share information. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you shared today. I think it's very, very, very important that we're conscious of, the kind of information we share on social media. Because sometimes when we're sitting behind a keyboard, it feels anonymous. You think that you're alone, but you don't
Mhm.
realize that what you're pushing out there, you're pushing out to hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people.
Yeah.
So just to be cognizant of that, and so just also, at the same time that you have to be careful what you put out, the same way that it is a tool that could be dangerous, it's a tool that could be utilized to maximize, um, you your reach. So if you have
Mhm.
something important to share, the same way you can use it, and if you want to stay safe, the same way you learn to just keep
Yeah.
certain things away from there. So thank you so much for sort of clarifying that for us, and trying to teach us the proper way to go about this thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam T. It's always a pleasure having you around. Yes, we appreciate everyone that joined us here today in the studio. We appreciate the host. Thank you, Mr. Tennyson Jaja. Thank you for your time. Thank you, the global president, for the vision of the global clusters. Bringing us together. And one of your visions, what you want is that everybody have the right knowledge You understand? That has been what we hammer upon because yeah, you have been there. You used to say that one of the things, one of the things that took you uh a nobody to somebody of a global impact is because you aspired, and you made intentional effort for the right knowledge. You understand? Just be intentional, paying attention to the right knowledge, and of course, paying attention to the right information. And you brought all that together, that assisted you even to meet the right people, meeting the right one, doing the right thing, and that is what you want to replicate, to the whole world that this is how to survive. This is how to make it in life. It's not just about a family background. It's not just about government. It's not just about somebody, uh, you know, placing a curse on you or something like that. When you try to have the right thing inside of you, as confirmed by Madam T, it's about what you consume, what you're allowed to be inside of you. Go to the social media right now. You're gonna see so many views and likes on some content that you know that this is not right. And to me, I used to feel like these people pushing this content, they know it's not right. They know that it's not right, but they don't even care. What they care is after I'm gonna get more likes, more views, and I'm gonna get the money. You understand? So we should be aware and cognizant and very conscious of all this because in the long run, it's come back to us. There's so many people that they post on their Facebook, they post on their X, they post on their TikTok and the likes, they post on their Instagram has actually made them grow or mar their progress in life. So it's very important that we take note of this and make use of it, make it part of us. This information that are passing, they are not information that they are being taught in our normal academic institutions. So I these things are very important for our growth as a people and as a nation. Thank you so very much, everyone, for your time. Really appreciate. And before we go, we used to ask ourselves, who are we? We are the community of professionals or upcoming professionals. We are the community of technocrats or upcoming technocrats. We are the community of entrepreneurs or upcoming entrepreneurs. We are not just a social media platform, like a Facebook where you can share what's in your mind, you can follow like what you have on your LinkedIn, you can make your calls, you can connect, do everything you do on virtually your social media platform. The social media platform of the global cluster is a very large community, proudly Nigerian, proudly Africa, to the world. We are showcasing this that we are intentional in making Nigeria a better place again. And of course, we are so intentional to tell the world that yes, Africa and Africa is also a very great continent. This is what we are doing, coming together, sharing our ideas, sharing the most important thing on how to make all these things work. Yes, it's not just an ideology. We are so intentional coming together to do this. So you can go ahead to check us out on our Play Store. On the Play Store you have the Global Clusters, or you can check us out on www.theglobalclusters.org. That's www.theglobalclusters globalclusters.org. Now, check us out there, see what we do. You can join us, subscribe to see what we have in this platform. It's a very huge platform whereby you have um, you have the opportunity to have opportunity to even some monetization as you get onboarded. You understand? You have the opportunity to be a marketplace. You understand? And there's so much to we do there to enlighten and help ourselves to be better as a nation. That we can do this as a nation and we can be so great as a people. But joining us on our everyday meetings is so free, Although coming to the social media platform, the platform, the cluster itself is it's a one-time subscribe platform whereby we want to share the prosperity to everyone. The way the platform is being created is As the day you have been on board, you start making mistakes for yourself. You don't lack anything. You don't need audience to care because you have the opportunity to learn even financial intelligence and how to make something for yourself. So no one in the global cluster is stranded. No one is a beggar in the global cluster. We are all empowered on how to make something for ourselves as a people. So it's very important that we join this meeting. These meetings are the hall or the hub where we meet. Like I am speaking right now with my sister. She is in the UK. I am here in Nigeria. We are talking now. This is where the connection and every transaction it happens. You understand? It's important that we do our best to always join up in our meetings, hear all these things that we do. We connect through these meetings. We get to know ourselves. We share your thoughts. We share what's in your mind, what you feel like. We get to know you as a person, and we continue to grow together as a community. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate your time. Thanks for everyone that has been on the call today. And a very great thank you to the 001 himself, the founder of the Global Clusters, the global president of the Global Clusters, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmos. Sir, thank you for all you do. We know you are so busy right now going into the world, going to every of the nook and crannies and telling the world that this is the solution we need in our father's land and it's going to work. And a very great thank you to the 001 Acquisition and Information Revolution in person of Professor Oladipo, the Dean of Faculty of Education, University of Lagos. Thank you so very much. Tomorrow is Sunday, and every Sunday, the same time, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, we have our people to people revolution, where we are saying that instead of saying let's take power from these people, the powerful one, we are saying let's the powerful one adopt the less powerful one and mentor them to greatness so we can all prosper together. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate your time. I am Klosin Uluwashe. For now, I say bye. Thank you.